Hey guys, it's your boy MKS back again. Back here with part 3 of my dreams and ideas for Celtic. I know I made videos a bit earlier today for those who might follow my channel, but a bit more about Italian football. So to be honest, a lot of my ideas for Italian football probably be if not the same, certainly very similar for Celtic. Apologies if I do repeat a lot of the ideas and all that. They might be a bit different, at least in some areas. But I hope that someone out there will enjoy it. And I suppose that I hope to increase Celtic's brand value and help Celtic be trending. And as I talked before about a bit earlier about how I hope that by typing Celtic in Google and helping the searches, then somehow it will help it to trend, and therefore it will somehow increase the brand value a little bit, at least, or as much as possible. But mainly, I also dream to have as many fans, just like Man United does around the world. I dream for Celtic to have. Anyhow, I'll try and get on with this list, so as I don't want it to be too long. As I hope you enjoy it. Number 21, I hope for all possible people of Irish descent to support Celtic as much as possible, given that it's a club based on Irish immigrants to Glasgow. So I hope even people of Irish descent who might not really follow the football that much will still wear the Celtic top or support Celtic as much as possible, or maybe even get into football, that sort of thing. 22, I talked before about how I dream for, as both a fan of Italian football, as I said, I got my time top as a fan of Italian football and Celtic. I dream for them to have as many practice matches, so to say, especially at youth level, for the future of football. To have as many practice matches as possible. And they'll be plan it together in the diary whenever they get a chance, so that they can practice as much as possible, which I hope will improve both, a connection between both somehow, and to get better with it, or at least as well as possible with every Italian club, and Serie A and Celtic specifically, to have as many practice matches as possible together. Number 23, I dream to encourage as many, just like I said about Italian football, I dream to encourage as many major sponsors possibly, such as McDonald's or Subway or Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Red Bull, Walmart even maybe. There might be some ethical issues if it's a big oil company, or it's a company that profits from war, or an arms deal. I don't know if Celtic will say, obviously, we can't have organisations like that, or would you take the money? That would probably be quite a dilemma now in football, because it's so much about money. But to me, that would be quite a dilemma, but obviously the club would be able to make that decision. So, but to have the biggest possible, maybe it could have as a condition, any company that doesn't actively seek war could sponsor Celtic, or any company that does well with anti-imperialism. So it might sort of go with the brand ethos, that kind of thing. 24, on that note, I hoped that every country that was, because of the Irish connection, there could be a cheeky little thing where they say every country that was colonised by the UK, as Rangers are more pro-union, pro-military, pro-royal family and things like that. So Celtic are the anti-imperial team. So I dream to encourage people from China, which I believe was probably colonised by the UK at one point, or at least because of the Opium Wars and the annexation of Hong Kong and all sorts of things like that, which are sort of disputed. And also India, obviously, was certainly colonised by the UK, and so many other countries around the world. I think it's supposed to be about a third of the world, or at least a fifth of the world was colonised by the UK. So if Celtic had fans from all of those countries, I suppose it'd be a heck of a lot of fans. It's I don't know how many people that would be, but and then maybe even more, all all over Asia, as many people from Asia as possible, and Africa and all that. I dream for as many of those people as possible to support Celtic, so to have as many fans as possible. I know it contradicts my ideas about being an Italian fan, because like Italy can be quite imperialistic, so it's sort of, I joke about being mixed race, mixed up, and all that. So again, I've probably said that before in many videos, so I do apologise if I repeat myself quite a lot. One of my bad traits, but anyway, 25. Again, like people who support republics, I think they should support Celtic as well. I know I've done a few videos about who I think should support Celtic, but I dream for it to encourage as many people who support anti-imperialism, republics, pacifism, conscientious objection, and things like that, and certainly Celtic fans to refrain from joining the military, or not illegally, obviously, but I don't want to encourage them to do anything illegal, but within their legal rights to refrain from joining the military, or but also to be legal citizens, but instead of joining the military, that like to use their time to encourage, like support young players to come through and things like that. So help train up the younger players so that can use the time, as I would see it, more constructively. But that's my opinion. So I wouldn't encourage any Celtic fans to join the military, and if we could choose where our taxes go as Celtic fans, I think we should like invest in the club or give to charity, like in parts of Asia and Africa and things like that. So maybe I'd love to encourage Celtic fans somehow to lobby to be part of lobbying to choose where our tax money goes, so we can choose more of it. Like instead of spending it on militarism, we can spend it on healthcare and things like that. Now I've lost count again, but I think that was 25, 26. Again, anti-imperialism, and I dream for every country, as I say, that was colonised or whatever, especially by the UK, but just generally, I believe in, including obviously, especially Ireland, to support Celtic. But I dream that Celtic would have fans in China, India. Like I have these mad dreams. I forgot to say, also even for Italian football probably, but especially for Celtic, I imagine if the Chinese, is one of my crazy imaginations, admittedly again, but if the Chinese and Indian governments got together and networked together, and as part of their network, they like bought out Celtic, and just like supposedly Qatar pretty much owns Man City, and the Saudis might be owning Newcastle United, like a joint venture between the Chinese and Indian government that could own Celtic and buy loads of great players, and something like that. So another one of my mad dreams. But 27, I hope to like Celtic fans to maybe, again, just like I talked about before with Italian football, like to have a list of the top contributors to Celtic. There could be top goal scorers, top defenders, fans' favourite players, or the top sponsors, top 30 sponsors of Celtic and things like that. 28. I know Celtic's known as the rebel club and might be a bit more rebellious and all that, but I hope they'll do so within the law, and change any of the negative stereotypes that Celtic might have, or that people might have of Celtic, and challenge all sorts of prejudices, or even if it's anti-Protestant or anti-Catholic or whatever. Obviously, it's not going to be anti-Catholic, but even if it's anti-Protestant because Rangers are mostly Protestant, I think they should condemn that as well. So that, or partly as well, so that Celtic will get fans from all different backgrounds. 29. I dream for to encourage people of colour and Anglo-Indians like myself to support Celtic. To be honest, I think a lot of time Rangers seem to have a lot of racism, so I think although Celtic is like an Irish team, so it's not really, it is still like white, but it's more anti-racist than Rangers, I think. So that's my opinion anyway, from what I understand, from what I know. So I dream to encourage MKS for Celtic and encourage as many people to support Celtic as possible. I'd love to be an ambassador for Celtic through a group called MKS for Celtic, as a network or something. And then also encourage P.O.C for Celtic, people of colour for Celtic, and all sorts of Celtic supporters groups, I would say, and that sort of thing. I hope that makes sense. Number 30, I'd love to hear your opinions. Please feel free to agree or disagree as you see fit. I hope the comments won't be too harsh, but I certainly hope all Celtic supporters love this video, so all these videos that I'm making. So anywho, hope you're doing well wherever you are. Peace and love.